Hello there, welcome to another video from the farm. Today we're going to be starting a tiny home. So you may have caught the last one. If you did, you'll already know we're kind of left with no choice but to be throwing up a super cheap little roundhouse so we can stay the night here at the farm now. So let's begin. First task we have then, got to get this area where we want to put it right by our future barn location all cleared of all these weeds. So firstly we'll get the tractor on here and we'll give it a good mow so we get it down about 4 inches, see where we're at, but we might need to trim it down to the actual bare dirt before we can be taking the topsoil out, because we're not going to have to do it with a shovel. So yeah, the more thicket on the top, the harder it's going to be. Right then, let's get the tractor out and we'll crack on. Okay, we've got a mode fairly close down. Still think I'm gonna have to give it a bit of a trim though. So just pushed a few logs out of the way from this wood pile, and this topsoil's moving pretty easy with the bucket, so I'm gonna give it a go, scrape all this out as much as I can with the bucket before I have to do any shoveling. So got so deep with the front bucket on the tractor, got about 8 inches down and we found the subsoil layer. So now then, it's a bit heavy for our machine to be doing that all the way down, especially in this corner over here. It's going to be a bit higher. So we're going to have to mark it out and we'll dig this by hand. Okay then, so a slight change of plans. The rain's come in, so I'm not going to use spray paint anymore to mark it out. I'm going to stick a post in the centre and then cut a piece of string to the right radius. And then use that and we'll dig out the perimeter just by having a string on the top of the shovel. Let's crack on. So I've got my piece of string laid out with the loop to go around the post at that bottom end already. Going for a 5 metre diameter, so we need 2.5 metres. I'm going to cut it slightly longer, 270 though, so I can do a loop again this end, keep my finger in it whilst I'm going around, instead of dropping it and picking it up every time. Using a bit of wood like this is pretty good visual though, I'd say, for getting a reference on the space it's going to take up. I've got my string on top of it as well, so middle is there basically, a little bit of overhang that end. Let's get this post in. Okay, so I haven't knocked it in very far, but giving that tug with all my weight, that's more than enough for now. So I can stretch out the string and I've got my perimeter to work with. Get this close to the ground and let's start shoveling. Yeah, it's a little bit tough doing that in this sun, as you can see, a bit drippy. I've got the perimeter chopped in now though, so we've got a bit of a sense of scale of the circle. Right then, let's start chipping out all this stuff from the centre. So we're getting there. We're basically chopping in lines and then Stu's coming along and lifting all the bits of turf out. I'm saving them over here on this tarp, so when it comes time to green up the roof, we've got loads of pre-cut bits of turf already. But we've got a good old patch of turf going now. Loads ready for the roof. Right, let's just lift all this turf out of here and start working away on that last little section of earth. So I don't know if you can really tell, but we're now getting down to the harder clay subsoil material underneath. As you can see, it's starting to get a bit yellow. So we'll just finish clearing off the rest of this, and then we'll give this a little chip over, get down a little bit deeper. Again, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but right here is the low spot. There's probably 6 inches difference in height between the edge over here and the top edge over there. So yeah, we've dug a little side chute off so we can dig this all the way over there, which is again about another 6 to 12 inches drop, about 5 meters away. Then we'll fill this with stone. Obviously we're filling the underneath here with stone, so if we get any moisture actually gets under the building, it should all flow this way out of this drain nicely. So all this topsoil, I've decided just to bank it in over here, because as you can sort of see, there's a bit of a bowl in there, and there's also one over this side where I'm going to be putting that drain in. I'm going to go for a second drain here as well, which is another low spot, and then yeah, we'll fill in this bank, level it all out around the edge nicely. All right then, so we've got all of the area dug out nicely now, so we're ready for some stone to go in here, make a nice level base for us to build this roundhouse on. I don't know if you can see, I'll crouch down a little bit, you can really see the slope off towards that edge now. So that's going to be the thickest, it's going to be almost 1.5 foot, 2 foot thick over there, and it's only about 8 inches over here. But that should mean that we have a nice drain over along that edge, which will then flow out to the low spot over by the little trees over there. So it's been a long sweaty couple of days, but we got there. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, catch us in the next one when we'll be doing the base. See you later. Bye bye.